The reason I am in teaching, the reason I do what I do, is that I consider myself incredibly lucky to get to know so many incredible students. Here I hope to tell the story of a few of them. The first person to tell you about is Doa. She is a supply chain major from here, and she is now working for the Ministry of Youth, where they are focused on, what she's focused on, is finding ways to help young people who are scared in dealing with mental health issues during this pandemic. This is Abdul Rashid. He is an Afghan student that graduated 4 or 5 years ago. Since leaving UAEU, he has dedicated himself to politics back in Afghanistan, trying to make his country better. This is Lamesa. Lamesa is another supply chain student who she now works for Strata, and Strata is, of course, doing many things to help the UAE combat this virus by procuring ventilators and doing other things to make people safe. Also, Lamesa took one of my all-time favorite pictures. This was a picture when we went to the Coca-Cola factory many years ago, and yeah, it's just one of my favorite pictures. In this picture are my really good friends, Mansoor and Yusuf. They both work for different areas of the government, and they are both working hard to prepare this country and keep this country well prepared for the pandemic. This is another picture of Yusuf when my sister was visiting several years ago. Yusuf played tour guide for my sister in Abu Dhabi. And Yusuf is the one that I've told you about, that he was part of a process that was procuring ventilators, 1,200 ventilators in the process that he was involved with alone. And the reason why that's a good news story to me, what Yusuf is doing, what Mansoor is doing, what Lamesa is doing, what Doa is doing, the reason why this is a good news story to me is that it is clear that the UAE government is going to do everything in its power to make sure that the people in this country are protected. And that to me is a pretty incredible story. So next up is a picture of Charles. Charles was an exchange student from France. He was here for an entire year. He is now back in France, and sadly for his family, the entire family got the virus in the middle of April. I don't know, it's been at least a month since the family got it. The good news story with Charles is that they've all recovered. His father had it bad. Charles and his sister had it medium bad, and his mom only received a headache. Now, how do I put this into the amazing alumni? Well, first of all, Charles is doing great things, and there's a story there, but also it's the fact that his family now looks forward to the time when they can give their plasma or do what they can do to help other people before they get it. So to me, that's also an amazing alumni story. And I'll end my alumni story with two graduates of UAEU that I consider to be absolutely amazing. And they're working now at the Science Innovation Park under Dr. Nahel. And what they're doing here, as you can see, they're making prototypes of face masks, 3D printing. And you can see the 3D printer here. And it's even UAEU logo on it that will go on it. The guy wearing a black shirt, his name is Mahmoud. He's an engineering student, engineering graduate. He is phenomenally smart. And Yahya, the guy wearing a gray shirt, he is a graduate also and one of my former students. a graduate in MIS from our college. And they are working with prototypes to try to find a way that in the end, medical workers can be protected like this. So they will have a face shield, they will be able to wear goggles and wear a mask. And the goal is to have all frontline workers to have access to this. And so I consider what they're doing more important than anything I'm doing. So I've just scratched the surface with the alumni of UAEU. I could do a daily interview, podcast, whatever, with our alumni, because we do have fantastic alumni. And yeah, we have some fantastic alumni. I will end here just because if I keep going, I know I could ramble for another 20 minutes if I let Steve be Steve. I hope this helps you understand, yeah, how great our alumni are.